Have you ever felt that lump in your throat, that sudden, overwhelming urge to cry, but you just choked it back down? We're always told to be strong and hide our tears, but what if that kind of strength is actually making you weaker? Your body is sending you a powerful signal, and it's begging you to listen. When you hold back tears, you're essentially trapping yourself in a high-stress fight-or-flight state. Today, we are going to explore the biological story of why your tears are the pressure release valve your body desperately needs to find its balance. This isn't about weakness. This is about survival and strength in its purest, most human form. So, what really happens when you force back a cry? Picture a pot of water on a stove. A strong emotion, sadness, frustration, even intense joy, cranks up the heat. The water starts to boil, and that steam needs to go somewhere. Crying is like lifting the lid to let that steam out. But when you refuse to cry, you're clamping that lid down tight. Here is what is happening on a biological level. Your brain sees this intense emotion as a threat. Immediately, your body's alarm system, the sympathetic nervous system, kicks into high gear. This is the classic fight-or-flight response. A flood of stress hormones is released. Your heart starts pounding, your muscles get tight, and your breathing becomes shallow. Your body is ready for a physical fight. A fight that, with emotional distress, never comes. When you hold back those tears, you leave your body stuck in this high-alert mode. The stress hormones just keep circulating with no release. That lump in your throat? It's a real thing called the globus sensation, caused by muscles in your throat tensing up as part of this stress reaction. Living this way over time can have serious consequences. Chronic stress is linked to a ton of health problems like anxiety, digestive issues, and even heart problems. You're not just bottling up an emotion, you're trapping your entire body in a state of emergency. Your body is screaming for a release that it knows exactly how to perform if you just let it. Now, before we get into how crying fixes this, you should know that your body makes three very different kinds of tears. First, you have basal tears. These are your everyday workhorse tears. They're always there, forming a protective film over your eyes when you blink to keep them lubricated and shielded from dust. Second, there are reflex tears. These are the ones that pour out when you chop an onion or get smoke in your eyes. Their job is simple: flush out irritants. They are your body's emergency sprinkler system. And third, the star of our show, emotional tears. These are the tears that come from a powerful feeling: sadness, joy, grief, or frustration. And this is where it gets fascinating. Scientists have found that emotional tears have a unique chemical signature. Compared to other tears, they contain higher levels of certain substances, including stress hormones. These aren't just salty water. They're a complex cocktail that's part of a much larger healing process. So how exactly do emotional tears act as that pressure release valve? Here are a few powerful things that happen when you let yourself have a good cry. First, crying signals your body to relax. While a buildup of emotion activates your fight-or-flight system, the act of crying itself flips the switch. Sobbing and deep breathing stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS. This is the rest and digest system, and its entire job is to calm you down. When the PNS takes over, your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and your body starts to relax. It's a self-soothing mechanism built right into your biology. It might take a few minutes of crying to feel the shift, but the sustained act of weeping is one of the most effective ways to tell your body that the danger has passed and it's safe to stand down. Second, crying may release its own natural pain relievers. Have you ever noticed how after a long, hard cry, there's a sense of calm or even a gentle numbness? There's a powerful reason for that. Research has found that crying for an extended period can trigger your brain to release endorphins and oxytocin. Endorphins are your body's natural pain relievers, and they can help soothe both physical and emotional pain. Oxytocin, sometimes called the cuddle hormone, fosters a sense of calm and well-being. So when you cry, your body may be giving you its own dose of anti-anxiety medicine, helping you feel better from the inside out. Third, crying helps restore emotional balance. Our bodies are always working to maintain a state of equilibrium, what scientists call homeostasis. Intense emotions, good or bad, can throw us way off balance. Think about it. You can cry from overwhelming joy just as easily as from sadness. Research suggests crying is a mechanism that helps restore that emotional balance. When you're emotionally overloaded, crying acts as a physical release for that intensity, helping your system recover and return to a more stable place. It's your body's way of hitting the reset button. And fourth, crying is a powerful social signal. Beyond all the internal chemistry, crying sends a clear message to the people around you. From an evolutionary standpoint, it's an attachment behavior. A baby cries to signal distress and get help. As adults, that function is still there. When you cry in front of someone you trust, you're sending a vulnerable signal that you're overwhelmed and need support. That vulnerability often triggers empathy and compassion, strengthening your social bonds. It's a raw, honest form of communication that says, "I'm struggling," inviting the comfort that's so vital to our well-being. For so long, we've been taught to see crying as a sign of weakness or a loss of control. But as the science shows, that couldn't be further from the truth. Crying isn't a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that your body is working perfectly. It's proof of a healthy, functioning nervous system that knows how to regulate itself. Forcing a stoic face while your internal systems are in chaos, that's what takes a toll. True strength isn't about suppressing your body's natural healing process. It's about having the courage to feel your emotions and let your body do what it needs to do to heal. A good cry isn't a breakdown. It's a biological breakthrough. It's your body releasing, rebalancing, and recovering in the most natural way possible. Of course, while crying is a healthy release, it's good to be mindful of your patterns. If you find yourself crying uncontrollably or so often that it interferes with your daily life, it could be a sign of a condition like depression or anxiety. On the other hand, if you feel a deep sadness but find that you can't cry, that could also be a sign that it's time to seek support. If you're concerned about your crying patterns, please consider talking to a doctor or a mental health professional. Your body is constantly working to keep you safe, healthy, and in balance. That urge to cry isn't a flaw in the system. It's a feature. It's a smart and effective response to being emotionally overwhelmed. From signaling your relaxation response to releasing its own pain relievers and fostering connection, tears are one of the most powerful healing tools you have. So the next time you feel that lump in your throat, try to see it not as weakness, but as an invitation from your body. An invitation to release the pressure, restore your balance, and heal. Your body is begging you to cry, and it's time we all learned how to listen. If this video helped you see your tears in a new light, consider subscribing for more insights into how your body works. And please, share this with someone who might need to hear this message today. Let's change the conversation around crying, one tear at a time. Thank you very much for staying with me, and don't forget to check on my other videos. I am a straight shooter, so my videos are very concise and to the point. I focus on bringing awareness. In the end, you are in charge. Take care, it's a jungle out there.